Hello everyone and welcome back to another freaking video. And in today, I'm going to be talking about a topic that I think's talked about quite a bit, but I'm going to give you my intake on it. The two most popular dinosaur survival games on Roblox, Prior Extinction, Era of Terror. These two have been around for quite some time now. Prior has been around a little bit less than Era of Terror, but still, both have very competitive markets, and they're both considered two of the best games out there right now. Now, for my personal thoughts, first off, this video is going to be covering Era of Terror 2, or The Lookout, and current Prior Extinction. I think it'd be unfair if I did the current Prior Extinction versus the current EOT, as they're not. It wouldn't be fair, as Prior is on mass deformation and EOT is not. And if I did current EOT versus Prior Retro, I still don't think it would be fair because Prior Retro is not getting worked on anymore. Couple disclaimers: this is my personal opinion and my personal thoughts. So please, if you guys have any questions, comments, I want to hear your guys' opinions down below in the comments. And I am more of an avid Era of Terror player in person. I've played it more than Prior. This is one of the first games I ever played on Roblox. So I'd say I'm a bit more biased towards Era of Terror, but I still think they both have some very good points. So, we'll start off with the models. We'll start off with Era of Terror. Era of Terror's models, I'd say, are more higher quality. If you've played the Lookout testing, and if you played current Prior, I think you can say EOT's, their overall graphic quality and the quality of the models is a lot higher than Prior's. Not to say Prior's aren't good, but Era of Terror definitely has more quality, better looking models. But that's not to say Prior's aren't good at all. I think Prior beats them in the creativity category. I think they go for a more, not quite, they do go off of like skeletal references and stuff, but it's not quite super realism. I think they have better skin designs, better stuff like that. But for the overall quality while playing the game, I'm going to give 1 point to Era of Terror. Next up, the map. Now, this one is a little bit hard to decide because Prior has now onto their, I believe, is their second or third map remake, and they have obviously their version of the game's out and the Lookout isn't. But I still think it's enough I could do an opinionated vote here. I think EOT's is good. I do want to see more biomes. As I said, if you've played the Lookout testing, you've seen, it's quite good. I like the different type of plants, and it gives you almost kind of like a futuristic jungle-y vibe. I like it a lot. It's not bad. I just wish I could see more diversity in it. But Prior's, on the other hand, has a lot more realism based to the past. Redwood forests, swamps, prairie ferns, prairie fields, I should say. Conifer trees, conifer ferns. It's a lot more based off of what it would have been like back then. I like the way the map's set up now. I can't wait for the next update. I think it's going to be Rise and Fall when the next map's going to come out. That map has a lot of promise. I'm going to give the map making to Prior Extinction in this one. Quick disclaimer before I continue. There is no category for animations. I only took that out of here because I feel like since Prior has a full working game right now and EOT doesn't, I feel like, because they do say in Era of Terror there's a lot of, a lot of that stuff isn't finalized, especially in the animations department, so I'm going to just keep that out of this video. But next up here is the core gameplay mechanics of both games. They're both a little bit different. Era of Terror, you obviously, you can grow. You start off as a young juvenile and you work your way up to an adult. But Era of Terror is adding more type of gameplay and gameplay abilities and stuff like that. So Era of Terra likes to like go for like a very realistic type of game. Realistic survival, nothing too crazy, no stupid like abilities or something like that. But there are some things getting added. For instance, the pack down here, you have the pack leader and pack mates. There will be different roles that you can fill and slight boosts that you will get within these roles. Up here, the teeth. Now, it's not going to be like prior where amber is the main currency for unlocking things. Teeth are just mainly made for skins. You will gain them by growing and staying alive as your creature. And here's the newest thing that we saw in the devlogs was these tiers, and it kind of gives me vibes of like the Isle. I'm talking like 2016, 2017 Isle before before Legacy came out. Of these ideas of like the perks and the skills gives you like there were some things mentioned in the devlog, like maybe you'll get like a sharpness boost, a power boost, a speed boost, something like that. It's not a bad idea. It's not quite to the extent of prior's like abilities, but it's a little bit, and I like the idea of it. Now to prior. Prior has a lot more going on with it. Up here, I put this picture up here because they have certain areas for the dinosaurs where you're gonna feel more at home, I guess you could say. Now, obviously, certain dinosaurs live in certain areas. If you're a Spinosaurus, you should stay in the swamp. If you're a Tyrannosaurus, realistically, like in a forest or something. But Prior puts that to a whole new perspective. You get buffs and debuffs. If you stay in your intended area, you will get buffs. You will have better stats. You will stay healthier. If you go in an area where you're not supposed to, you're gonna overheat. Like down here in this bottom, you will start overheating. Maybe your food will drain faster. Maybe your stamina will drain faster. It's a bit of a buff and debuff idea. Back down here to the temperature though. This is a more, I don't know if this is going to be an EOT. There has been nothing said about this. But it's more of a, there's actual like heat and cooling and stuff. There's times where you may overheat, so you have to go into the water, into a cave to cool down. Sometimes it's too cold for you, so you have to go into the heat. Maybe find some kind of heat source or something to keep yourself warm. This game still has the core mechanics of, a normal dinosaur survival game. Both these games have that. You start off as a juvenile, you grow up to an adult. Other things though, to unlock creatures in this game, they're not all free to play, unlike Era of Terra. Now, don't get me wrong, both games have game passes and stuff. Pretty much every game has that. But in this game, you have to collect amber, and you can collect fossils as well. If you find fossils and collect them, you can put discounts, and you can decrease the price of amber for the creature that you want to purchase. Now, for amber, you get that by living, surviving, completing. There's quests in this. There's also the achievements. That's more things that, yet again, Era of Terra does not have. Like I said, like the quests, it's, some people may play the game, they enjoy just shitting down, growing a creature, but some people play it more because it's quest based, because it will help you grow faster, get more rewards, stuff like that. And then back to, there's actually more perks in Prior Extinction. You can upgrade your abilities, you can upgrade your armor, stamina, amber gaining, like all that sort of stuff, which goes back to like the perks and the quest, which is Prior Extinction. I think more people play it because of that. I'm going to give the point here to Era of Terra. This is, like I said, my personal opinion. I like Era of Terra was more because of its realism. I am more of a realism player. I don't hate Prior by any means, but I like the more realistic idea. I think it's okay that EOT added the perks and stuff. I think it's not going to be quite as like forced upon, I guess you can say, as Prior's is going to be, but I like the idea of it. I think a little bit of it's okay. I think a little bit of it is necessary to have. So I'm going to give the point to Era of Terror. Next up, I didn't really know what to put here for image-wise, but it's just the overall gameplay and the communities and stuff around both games. I think Era of Terror has a great community. It's a very positive community. They're a little stressed out lately because as you could tell, between current Prior and current ELT, there's a huge player base difference. Prior can have between 800 to 1,000 people on on average. Well, our ELT, you're only seeing between maybe 5 and 20. That's because, well, a lot of people on ELT are waiting for the Lookout update to come out, which I talked about in a video before. But I feel like I say, ELT has a very positive community. They're based off of more like a realistic survival feel, which I like a lot. A lot of people say these two games as Heir of Terra is the Isle of Roblox, and Prior Extinction is the Path of Titans of Roblox, which I 100% agree with both these statements. Now, on to Prior. Prior being compared to the Path of Titans of Roblox, which, yet again, I 100% agree with. There's a lot more skill points and abilities based, which you see in games like Path of Titans. But one thing that, if you call Heir of Terra the Isle of Roblox, there's one thing that they don't have, and this is like the hypos, the different type of genetically mutated creatures, which Prior has, and I think overall it gives it a more unique feel. You can have these custom dinosaurs, these non-realistic dinosaurs that have special abilities. They have, they have special perks. There's rivalries built between these different types of creatures. It gives you a different type of gameplay. But as the community goes, Prior has a lot more negative community, a toxic community. There's a lot of problems that they have with the developers and the owners, and there's been several announcements made on the Discord servers about being negative and trying to be a more positive community. So as the community is concerned, and the overall gameplay, for gameplay wise, like I said, it's hard to judge right now because Heir of Terror is not out, as the Lookout is not out, and Prior is out. I'm going to give the overall gameplay right now. I guess you have to give it to Prior because they have it out, but I am more of a realistic player, so I would lean more towards Heir of Terror, but I'll give it to Prior. As the community is concerned, goes to EOT, way more positive. They have, they ask more questions. I think they're more engaged, as like the developers are more engaged with the community, always asking for help, suggestions, that kind of stuff. You don't see that as much with Prior. So my overall verdict in this video is I think Heir of Terror is a better overall game. I think when the Lookout comes out, it's going to be a better game than Prior. I think it's going to surpass it. But let me know with your thoughts and opinions down below in the comments. This was a very fun video to make. Like I said, this is all my opinion about what I've seen throughout both of these games. I played both of these games a lot, but like I said, I'm just more of an Heir of Terror person. I am about more realism when it comes to the survival genre of games. Like I said, let me know your thoughts and opinions down below in the comments. And with that, I will see you all in the next one. Peace.